Hey and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Erik ten Hag speaks on David de Gea's contract situation after West Ham loss. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag has insisted that the club wants David de Gea to put pen to paper on a new contract despite his howler against West Ham United on Sunday. The Red Devils started off brilliantly at the London Stadium yesterday. Antony and Bruno Fernandes came close to finding the back of the net in the early phase of the opening half. However, it was eventually the Hammers that opened the scoring. A blunder from De Gea in the 27th minute allowed Said bin Rahma to secure a 1-0 lead for David Moyes' side. From that moment onwards, the Hammers looked the better outfit in the final third. United tried to find the equalizer with a late push, but the host held on for a deserved victory. Speaking after the game, Ten Hag admitted that De Gea made a mistake for the goal, but also said that United would not be in the current position in the league without his clean sheets. The Dutch tactician added that the magnificent star continues to have his faith and the club want to extend his stay. He told The Athletic, "We want him to stay and we want him to extend his contract. He has the most clean sheets in the Premier League, so we would not be in this position without him. So he has fully my belief, no concerns. That happens, but as a team, you have to deal with it. You have to show character, be resilient, and bounce back, and this team will do." De Gea's error paved the way for a second straight defeat for the Red Devils. They have now picked up only 4 points from their last 4 matches in the English top flight. United continue to remain 1 point ahead of 5th placed Liverpool with a game in hand, but need to return to winning ways to qualify for next season's Champions League. As things stand, the club needs a maximum of 3 wins to beat Liverpool to the 4th spot. However, they still face the threat from Brighton and Hove Albion. The Seagulls could finish with a maximum of 73 points if they win their final 6 games of the campaign. It's highly unlikely, with fixtures against Arsenal, Newcastle United and Manchester City. But crazier things have happened in football. Ten Hag explains what he said to Manchester United players in a dressing room after defeat. Erik ten Hag has explained what he said to Manchester United players in the dressing room after the defeat to West Ham. United slumped to a second away loss in a week, losing to West Ham 1-0 after also losing to Brighton by the same scoreline. The game hung on an unfortunate error with David de Gea allowing a weak shot through his outstretched hand. It came after Luke Shaw had given away a penalty in the last minute at Brighton days earlier. Erik ten Hag is a frustrated manager right now, with his Manchester United side on a slide in form. It isn't just defensive errors, it's poor attacking play, which is making these mistakes stand out. He told the club website that he doesn't want the squad to feel sorry for themselves and they must pick themselves up and fight to achieve Champions League football. He said, "I said to the players, don't feel sorry for ourselves. We want to be in the Champions League. The Champions League is our life, and then you have to suffer, and you have to sacrifice, and especially, you have to believe." The manager went on to add, "As I just said in the dressing room, come on, mistakes can happen. In this season, we have had some terrible setbacks, and every time we bounced back, so once again, show the character and go on." The good news is that despite this loss, United's fate is still in the team's hands. Win 3 of the final 4 games and it will be enough. This week, there is something rare ahead. United have a week between games with no midweek match. It will be a useful period to reset before we face Wolves at home next Saturday. Manchester United skipper Harry Maguire has accepted that his Old Trafford career is over. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag has been forced to tweak his defensive line after the unfortunate injuries to his first-choice defensive pairing. Both World Cup winners Rafael Varane and Lisandro Martinez were forced off injured against Sevilla in the Europa League and have been missing in action since. While the Argentine is set to miss the rest of the season, the Frenchman is expected to be available for the last couple of games this season, including the all-important FA Cup final. Club captain Harry Maguire was given the chance to stake his claim for the season final against the Spanish side, but his costly error led to United's exit from Europe. Since then, the Dutch manager has preferred to use Victor Lindelof and left-back Luke Shaw at the heart of his defense, with Maguire only getting a watching brief. As per journalist Steve Batts via Give Me Sport, the England international has privately accepted that his United career is over. Unfortunately, clubs of United's ilk have not expressed interest in the centre-back, and therefore finding the right club will be tricky as the 30-year-old tries to maintain his place in the national team for the Euros. Among Premier League sides, Aston Villa, West Ham and Leeds, should they avoid relegation, could move for the Yorkshire man in the summer, but a move will not be that simple due to the England star's enormous wages. Rumours of a move by Newcastle could also be wide of the mark as they grapple with FFP restrictions after a heavy spend last summer. A move abroad could be something that might entice Maguire, but it must be remembered that Three Lions manager prefers players from a Premier League, and that is why Fikayo Tomori has failed to get call-ups despite being a Serie A champ. Inter Milan had expressed loan interest back in January, and it remains to be seen if elite clubs come with a proposal to United. United look unlikely to recoup anywhere close to the £80 million outlay they made to Leicester City back in 2019, but the centre-back's contract runs till 2025, and the transfer market values him at €25 million. Manchester United's name thrown in the ring for Jean-Claire Todibo. Manchester United has seen its name linked with Nice defender Jean-Claire Todibo. Last week, L'Equipe reported that Manchester United, Liverpool and Newcastle are the Premier League parties interested in Todibo, as relied by the People's Person. Paris Saint-Germain are also said to be circling the centre half with the Ligue 1 leaders in need of refreshments in the back line. Once again, United's interest in the defender has been emphasized. French football aficionado Jonathan Johnson provided a transfer update in Fabrizio Romano's daily briefing via Court Offside. Johnson reported, Todibo is wanted inside and outside of France. He's been of interest to PSG, and I think he is someone they will continue to look at, though he'd come with quite a hefty price tag. I think the likes of Manchester United, Liverpool and Newcastle, his admirers from the Premier League, would probably have an advantage there. Todibo has had a successful third season at Nice, making 36 appearances in all competitions. A modern style of defender, Todibo averages 61.87 carries per 90 minutes, but is also astute in reading the game, recovering the ball around 8 times every match. Meanwhile, Nice are owned by Sir Jim Ratcliffe Ineos Enterprise, who are in the thick of a takeover bidding process to become majority shareholders of United. Johnson is cautious, however, about Todibo getting a major transfer already. The France international, who received his first senior call-up by Didier Deschamps in March but is yet to make his debut, joined Nice for a total fee of €15 million 2 years ago, after he failed to live up to expectations at Barcelona. Remarking about his late blooming into becoming a high-quality player, Johnson warned, Todibo has taken a bit of time to develop, but he is really coming along now and is starting to look more like the finished product at an elite level, so it's perhaps slightly too early for him to make the jump to a top Premier League team, though that won't stop them sniffing around this summer. Man United face competition from Manchester City for Napoli star Kimini J. Manchester United face competition from Manchester City in the race to sign Napoli defender Kimini J this summer, according to Calcio Mercato. The Red Devils are likely to invest in a marquee centre-back in the next transfer window, with the prospect of Harry Maguire heading for the exit door. Kimini J is one of the top names on their radar, and it was reported yesterday that they are ready to trigger the release clause in his contract. The South Korean currently has a 45 million euros buyout clause valid for foreign clubs, but the figure will be much higher for clubs with a bigger turnover. As per Calcio Mercato, United and City will have to pay around 60 million euros for the ex-Fenerbahce star. The clause will be active for the first 15 days of July. Kimini J has been a fantastic performer for the Naples outfit since his move from Fenerbahce last summer. The 26-year-old has completed 91% of his passes in Serie A this campaign. He has won 1.6 tackles, 4.7 duels, while making nearly 4 clearances. The centre-back has been exceptional for the Serie A champions, but there is a genuine possibility that he could move to England. Both United and City could hand him a significant hike on his current £62,000 a week wages. In our opinion, United must open talks with his representatives as soon as possible, such that they can agree terms in principle over a summer deal. United are not assured of Champions League football yet, but it should be a formality for them. Kimini J has a good chance of securing a starting spot at United next season, particularly with Rafael Varane's injury record over the years. Manchester United preparing Antony Martial plus cash deal for Lautaro Martinez. Manchester United are ramping up their search for a new striker, with the summer transfer window drawing nearer. Harry Kane is the name on most United fans' lips, with the England captain the favourite to be Erik ten Hag's marquee summer signing. However, as reported by footballtransfers.com, United are also exploring the possibility of luring Inter Milan's Lautaro Martinez to Old Trafford. United are believed to be readying a player plus cash deal to bring the Argentine hitman to Manchester. A bid of 50 million euros and Antony Martial is said to be offered to Inter, who are reportedly looking for fresh faces in their attack going into next season. Martinez has enjoyed another fine goal-scoring season in Italy and certainly has the personality to shoulder the responsibility of spearheading Erik ten Hag's front line. Despite being just 25, Martinez has experience of playing at the top level of European football, as well as winning over 40 caps for his country. Martinez was part of Argentina's World Cup winning squad in December, playing his part in Lionel Messi bundling in his second goal on the night of the final. Being flanked by Marcus Rashford and Antony, Martinez's pace and power would complete a quicksilver front line for United next season. Should Martial agree to the move, it would end his 8-year stay at the club. Despite a blockbuster start, the French striker has failed to constantly hit top form during his time at United, with sparks of his obvious talent all too fleeting. Injuries have blighted Martial's career in recent years, and it's expected that Ten Hag will look to move him on at the end of the season, whether it involves a deal for Martinez or not. Manchester United to compete with Tottenham for 30-year-old League One star. Paris Saint-Germain midfielder Marco Verratti has been linked with a move away from the French club at the end of the season. A report from Vigaches claims that Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur are keen on signing the midfielder at the end of the season. Verratti has established himself as one of the best midfielders in Europe, and he could prove to be an excellent acquisition for the two Premier League clubs. Manchester United need to bring in a quality playmaker who will help control games better in the middle of the park. Verratti has the skill set to complement Casemiro, and the two players could form a solid partnership in the heart of Erik ten Hag's midfield next season. The Red Devils will be hoping to compete for major trophies, and Verratti has the experience of playing for a club competing at the high level regularly. Meanwhile, Tottenham Hotspur need to add some craft and technical ability in the midfield of the park. Verratti will add creativity and control from the central areas. However, Tottenham are quite likely to miss out on a Champions League qualification next season, and a player of Verratti's caliber might not be keen on joining the club without a Champions League football. Furthermore, Manchester United have more financial resources compared to Tottenham as well. it would be fair to assume that the Red Devils could be ahead of Tottenham in the transfer race if they are truly interested in signing the 30-year-old Italian international this summer. It remains to be seen where the midfielder ends up. I will be uploading daily Manchester United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.